Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside My Showroom. Here we are, episode 6. Joining me is Chris.
What's up, guys?
In today's episode, we will be discussing the Wolverine XM statue, the yellow version, which I have right on my screen. Chris, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. So basically, this is the yellow version of XM Wolverine. They'll be bringing out a brown version shortly. Basically, he's on the Sentinel head, which is damaged from the fight that he had with the Sentinel. Anybody who is a fan of the animated series will remember this scene quite a lot in the show. So here we have like a mangled Sentinel, damaged, badly scratched up. On his hand, he is holding one of the Sentinel eyes. There are other switch out pieces, like if you just want it to be claws. There's other portraits, one with like an unmasked version. There's different faces. And then there is all the damage here shown on the Sentinel face. We have a light up eye that looks like the Sentinel is about to like shut down. It's going offline from all the damage that happened to it. This is the way that I preferred showing the XM Wolverine, just because it reminds me of, you know, the childhood growing up, seeing that awesome animated series show.
There was no theme song like it, bro. You remember the theme song?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. I can listen to that thing up till now. All right, man. You're getting up there. Wow. So many good memories, man. So, I don't know. Like, to me, those shows are way better than, like, nowadays shows, man.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Even on Cartoon Network, man, like the cartoons I used to watch back in the day, Ed and Eddie, Scooby Doo. I don't know, like the cartoons now that kids watch is a little bit ridiculous.
And, like, the shows were so much more, like, in detail. Like, it really felt like, you know, like you're on the edge of your seat. They put in so many amazing episode cliffhangers and that sort of thing. I find like most shows today that are animated, they're just kind of like more on the funny side, on the comedy side, that sort of thing. So
yeah, I agree.
So, Chris, you were telling me something that you were interested in this, getting this one for your collection. Did I misunderstand you?
No, man. It's on my watch list. Not really top of my priority list right now, but definitely something that I'd like to get down the line. Um, I don't know. I feel like it's one of the better yellow Wolverine statues on the market right now. I mean, a lot of people like that sideshow premium format. I'm just not a big fan of the mixed media fabric costumes. I'm more of a full sculpted kind of guy. But this one looks great, man. Um, actually, I'm gonna bite my tongue on that one because if I had to go with one mixed media piece, it would be the half scale Wolverine, the legendary scale that Sideshow did. I really like that piece, but the fact that it had all those leaning problems and I just never even bothered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull up my share screen here. I think for some reason it got disconnected.
Yeah, I see you right now.
Okay. Do you see Frank's collection that we're going to be sharing?
Yeah, so as you guys might already know, in our past couple episodes, we've been showcasing some fellow collectors' collections. Today we have with us Frank V. Big shout out to him for allowing us to share some photos of his collection. Um, and right off the bat, I mean, you just see his awesome setup with the Court of the Dead pieces. You got the new Lady Death premium format figure, and I don't know. This looks like an awesome setup. I'm a little bit jelly, in fact, about that Lady Death. I like that piece so much.
So this is like a lot of the Court of the Dead pieces, and he just decided to put Lady Death like with them. I guess he feels that like they kind of belong together.
Yeah, rightfully so, man. I mean, I could see where he's going. I mean, I feel like Lady Death could kind of fit in that universe of Court of the Dead, you know?
Okay. And I'm not quite sure what that is at the top. Are you able to make that out, or that's just like
I'm actually at a loss as well, bro. I can't really make that up myself.
okay?
Hmm. Frank, if you're watching, comment below what that piece on the top right is. I'd love to know.
Here is another one of his pictures. Uh,
Nice.
is this from Harry Potter?
I'm want to say that's from Lord of the Rings,
Lord of
bro.
the Lord of the Rings. Yes, yes. So foolish. No, it just reminded me of something from Harry Potter, but yes, I do remember seeing this in Lord of the Rings. So
It's supposed to be, I mean, from, the feedback I've seen from the community, this is supposed to be one of those Lord of the Ring Grail statues. Something that, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it's pretty much a must-have.
yeah,
I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and it looks awesome, man. Really dynamic. You got the horse, standing up. It's a sick statue.
it really is amazing, and like you're seeing like a lot of darkness in this statue. Like
Yeah.
this would be really freaky seeing this like in the middle of the night, sort of thing, running outside the street or something like that.
Yeah,
So it just brings back memories to the movie now that you refresh my memory where it came from.
yeah.
It's really amazing. Look at that hand, eh?
I know, man. Nice. He has a lot of great pieces, man. Awesome setup with the Bestas. I think that looks fantastic.
Those Bestas can
Um,
really hold some nice statues.
yeah, man. I don't know. A lot of people, have a big problem deciding between black and white, and myself included, man. Like I'd always lean to the black setup, but like I see pictures like this, and it just the white looks awesome, man. I don't know.
Though, you know what? The white does highlight statues. Like my eyes are being pulled to, the black symbiote Spider-Man.
Right.
And I'm just kind of thinking that if that was on a black background, it may not have popped out so much.
Right, right. You'd kind of lose out on some of that detail and wouldn't really stand out. I get what you're saying. He also has that new He-Man statue on the top right next to the Predator. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, Chris. So you know I love playing stupid games. Uh, Aside from the DC bombshells that are in front of Superman, I'd like you to name as many statues as you can call out there.
All right.
I'm sure you'll know the majority of them, but starting from the left, top left,
Okay.
go all the way to the right, and then go to the next shelf and the next shelf.
Got you. Okay, so top left we have Wonder Woman. Next cabinet to the right of that is Supergirl. Next to Superman. On
Okay,
the right
power.
of that, Power Girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, That's right. Then we got a modern age Batman, classic blue, yellow bat symbol. Then we have the Arkham Asylum or Arkham Origins Joker.
Okay.
Black symbiote Spider-Man to the right of him, which is actually a fantastic piece. I kind of like the explosion on that one a little bit more than the original premium format. I wasn't a big fan of the pumpkin bombs exploding at the base. I think this one looks a little bit cleaner. But okay, so the right of Black Spider-Man, we have He-Man. To the right of him, we have Predator. Moving on to the second row of statues, far left we have Aquaman, Green Lantern. I want to say that's Sinestro.
Yes.
Poison Ivy, which dude, I think there's two variants of this guy, no?
Yes.
One with like a skin tone, and then you got this green tone here.
Yes.
And I personally think that that green tone is just an awesome compliment, man. It just, I don't know, I just think it adds a lot to the statue. I like it a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
To the right of her, we have classic Catwoman.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
some sort of book there. I'm not entirely sure what that is.
No, that's
Um,
okay.
to the right of her, that is Jean Grey.
Yes.
Whoa, okay. Let me just zoom in here.
Okay. Do
So
you?
bottom left. Ah, let me see. Is that General Zod?
Yes.
Okay. Um, to the right of that, we have Superman, of course. Is that a piggy Superman that we got right there?
It's like it, man. Now I won't count those ones. That's okay. But if you still want to list them off,
Piggy Superman, Piggy Batman. Then we got Batgirl from the Arkham games. Um, now to the right of that, we have the J. Scott Campbell, Mary Jane. To the left, you got Black Cat right in the middle. She's kind of like kneeling down, which is an awesome piece. A little bit small, but I've seen some close-ups of that piece. It looks awesome.
you don't actually have it in my collection,
Really?
so we can discuss that one day.
Yeah, for sure, man. Looks like an awesome piece. Behind Black Cat, we have the Spider-Man comic kit again by J. Scott. Um, is that Gwen Stacy?
Yes, it is.
Okay. With the umbrella
And
right there.
yeah, it has a Spider-Man umbrella. I don't know if you've seen that,
Oh, okay.
but
I
like,
kind of see the webbing in the red.
yeah, when you look at the umbrella, it's like Spider-Man's face.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Um, I want to say bottom right is Colossus, man.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and I really can't make out that female on the left of him. It's a little bit dark.
Okay. It is Storm from. It
Oh, okay,
looks like the
okay.
regular edition, if I'm not mistaken. I can't see the eyes too clearly,
Gotcha.
but it is the Storm premium format.
When you say you were trying to see the eyes, did the exclusive have like whited out eyes or something?
Yes, it has white
Oh, okay.
eyes, and the
Nice.
regular has normal eyes. So, um, for some reason here, I am not connected with my Wolverine statue. I wanted to go back to it, so we will check on that briefly and see if for some reason it pops back up. I don't feel we got to talk too much about it. Is it there, Chris?
Yeah. Was that all for Frank V's collection?
Let me just quickly check the pictures. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, back to Frank D's collection. Let's just finish this up and we can try to go back to the XM Wolverine. It's a
Um,
new program I'm trying out, so it comes and it goes. I gotta kind of figure it out a bit more.
yeah, man, no doubt. So another great section of Frank's collection we have here. I can't really. Are you like zoomed in? I'm zoomed in. I'm sorry. I was zoomed in to try and get a closer look at that General Zod in the previous picture, but here we have Gladiator Hulk or King Hulk, I should say.
Okay.
Top left, next to him we have Hawkeye from XM. We have the Gray Hulk premium format, the Red Hulk comiquette, Iron Man. I forget, which mark that one is. We have War Machine next to him. Modern Age Thor, which is awesome, man. Really fantastic piece. A lot of people say that that face sculpt looks really similar to the new He-Man statue that Sideshow released, and I could kind of see it, yo. It's definitely a resemblance there. Um, then we have the Captain America premium format and some awesome Hulk Bowen pieces there at the bottom.
Okay. What's your opinions on that Thor statue? Like, there's a lot of Thors out there.
Um, to be quite honest, I'm not a fan of the modern costume. I think it was well done though. For those who are fans of the modern costume, I'm more of a classic kind of guy, and that's with anything, man. Any character rendition, I'd stick more with the classic costumes, or at least what I knew as a kid, you know. Um, but I mean, this piece looks awesome. You know, it's a big piece too.
Okay. And what about the pose of it?
Um,
He looks like he's about to hurl his hammer, which got blocked out in
in the
this
picture
area
by
here.
the yeah
It does have his hammer if it was the photograph, but I'm sure he was trying to capture a lot more other things in this picture.
yeah. Um, I like the pose. I mean, for what it is for the character, I think and it's a nice dynamic kind of action pose. You know, it shows him about to throw his hammer. He's about to come at somebody. I think it's I mean, I've never seen that pose before on another statue, so I think it was creative by Sideshow.
Okay. And this like gray Hulk up here, they had like the green version as well.
Right,
And like this is like the destroying of the Hulk Buster Iron Man. In his hand, you have the option of putting like a bit of the Iron Man costume to show that uh, you know Iron Man was basically defeated.
right,
And from what I know about Grey Hulk, it's supposed to be like the smarter of the Hulks. Like he's supposed to be able to talk. He's supposed to be on like the intelligent side, whereas like Green Hulk, he's just more like screaming and
barbarian kind of guy, pure brute.
so it was nice to see that like there's an alternative here, a
Yeah,
Gray Hulk. I think that's pretty awesome. I actually have the green one in my collection, so this is really nice
nice.
seeing the green version.
I
And
actually I saw this piece in person at Comic Con, the green one that you actually have in your collection, and it's huge, man.
yeah,
Pictures really can't do it justice because I've seen a bunch of people with Vesta setups, and you kind of see it like hanging sideways inside the cabinet, but I really couldn't get a grasp of how big it was until I saw it at Comic Con. It's a masterpiece.
and then we have the Red Hulk here. Are you familiar with the Red Hulk story?
I'm not, to be honest, not that I'm not a Hulk fan, but
Yeah.
not one of my top fives.
Okay, so I just recently found out. Unfortunately, like I said in the past episodes, I'm not much of like a comic type person. I kind of get my knowledge more from like, the animated series, movies, that sort of thing.
Right.
But Red Hulk is actually a different character altogether.
So it's not Bruce Banner that
He
turns into Red
no,
Hulk.
no, it's actually someone that is upset at Hulk that Hulk actually went like stomping through his home, and apparently Hulk killed this guy's family,
Right.
and I think he's kind of like a general of some sort.
Oh no, you know what? He's
And
like he's like the general of the army or something like that.
yes, and he ends up like turning into Red Hulk,
Yeah, man.
right? So it's not to be mistaken with that abomination from the movie. Like this is something different on its own.
Right.
So Red Hulk, I always thought that, and I think a lot of people as well, they think that Hulk is actually just really angry, and then he turns into Red Hulk when he gets too mad,
Right.
right? But yeah, it's actually a different character altogether. So
It's funny
let me
that
show you.
you say that and you bring him up. I was watching a video maybe like a month or two ago. It was like a versus episode on one of these comic book channels. It was like
Okay,
a who would win, Green Hulk or Red
yeah,
Hulk, and basically it was some interesting stuff. So basically, we all know that Green Hulk he gets stronger the madder that he gets, right?
yeah,
So I'm pretty sure Red Hulk gets stronger when the more exposed he is to gamma radiation. So there was this whole thing since Green Hulk actually releases the gamma radiation.
okay,
Just he always releases it when he turns Hulk. There was this thing that I guess his stamina could keep going and he would get stronger as he fights Hulk.
yeah,
Um, just because of that constant release of the gamma.
okay.
But I forgot what was the deciding factor and who won, but it was actually a Green Hulk that did win.
All right, well, you guys be sure to check that out. Let's search some YouTube videos after we're done and try to see that video that you're referring to. But from what I understand about Hulk, it's actually something pretty awesome. There is no end to his anger.
No limit,
And
right?
there's no limit, no end. And the more angry he gets, the more stronger he becomes.
Yep.
So, maybe Hulk might not be able to take on, a certain villain at one point.
Right.
But later on, maybe when he gets more and more angry,
Right.
it doesn't, they're not going to have a rematch, right?
Yeah, as the fight escalates, I guess is what you're trying to say, as the fight
like, even,
continues.
you know how comics are, right? Like, okay, they'll have a fight in, like, say, issue 12 or something like that.
Right.
And then, Hulk has to kind of, like, get saved or something. Maybe, like, Iron Man flies in and helps him or something like that. But then maybe, like, a whole 100 issues later, Hulk is found in the same situation again where he has to fight that same person.
Right.
But this time, there is no Iron Man to, jump in. And it's kind of like, wait, how come Hulk stands a chance all of a sudden? But his character and his anger has just progressed so much.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty exciting for readers, that like the character kind of gets stronger as it goes along. So we have Wolverine XM back on my screen. Do you see that?
Yep.
Okay. Unfortunately, the video had timed out. This is a separate camera. So I would like to experiment with it some more, but I didn't want to cut it short. But what I actually like about this statue as well is the veins in his arm. Can you see that?
Yeah, man. And I was actually on XM's website, I want to say yesterday, looking at the I guess the the pre-order pics or just the official pictures on XM's website, and you could really see, like, I don't know, they just do such a crazy job with the paint, man. Like you could see like the greenish, bluish tones in the veins, aside from the skin tone paint that they use. It's awesome.
And that's what would be like unfair to just, rate this this statue based on pictures.
Yeah.
I don't think this is one of those pieces that even a video can show how amazing the statue is. And it looks, this statue is a very big, like, heavy statue.
Yeah.
Which, it wouldn't look that way just according to this video. So it's something that definitely needs to be seen in person. But there is just so much detail in this statue. Like, look at this broken sentinel head here. Like, look at how they decided to put, more detail in there. They could have covered that up. They didn't need to put, like, all that, computer parts in there and, mechanical parts and that sort of thing. Like, they actually opened it up to show damage. So, this is a statue that you can even pose on this angle.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they did a great job. You could even see like all the scratches. Wolverine was putting in some work on Sentinel over there. I think they did a great job.
And his arm, like, the video can't show it, but there's actually like shadow shading to show like he has hair on his arms. Like Wolverine is kind of more on the hairy side, right?
Of course, man.
So you see like his arms, it's kind of like, skin tone here.
And on the back.
But then here it's grayish, right?
Yeah, yep.
So you're actually seeing like the hair, like it's a little bit mind-boggling how XM took the time to get like those hair streaks. Like, if you actually look at this statue in person, you're seeing little hairs.
Wow.
And I can only imagine how long that took, or if like they used like some certain special tool.
Right.
And then also, even on the foot guard there, you have like the zipper. Can you see that?
Oh, okay. On the back of the boot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
So like you even have like the flashing light. If you decided, you could have actually just put like a dead eye in there, one that's not flashing. And then on this side, you could have actually put, one of the eyes as well. But I decided to put this one because, if it's ripped out, how does he still have his eye, right? So
Yeah,
seeing as how it's on the claw, I decided to put like the broken sentinel eye, like as if he
nice.
had ripped it out. So you have a lot of options here.
Um, Dude, that view right there, you know, just the profile, just looks awesome, man. You could see like all the details on the side of the costume where you see the three tiger stripes, like
Yes,
all
yes.
the details and the you know the stitching and the it looks like almost looks like fabric, man. The paint is just really well done on the shoulder pads too. I mean, it looks like it's you know it's metal. It looks like real metal, and the claws too, man. You know, they use this metallic paint. Are those metal claws? Before I even go ahead and say that's paint.
It is actually metal claws, and
Oh,
it's very sharp.
dude, that is so cool.
Very sharp. Like this is not a statue that you're gonna want to leave even for a second around like young kids.
Yeah.
This can seriously hurt them. This is for an adult collector, um, preferably behind glass. And okay, so this statue really reminds me of, like I said, the animated series. It was like back in the 1990s. There was actually I don't know how much you can remember or our viewers, but just to refresh the memory, their first mission, they went after like the Sentinels. They had to like uncover some information, and like the Sentinels just came after them, and Wolverine's best friend in the show, his name was Morph, and he was like a shapeshifter, kind of like Mystique. And apparently, the Sentinels got to him and killed him basically. There's more to it later on in the story, but I don't want to get into too much of that. And Wolverine was really, really angry, and he took out his anger on like the X-Men. He decided he's gonna kind of leave the X-Men. He takes it very hard that Morph died. Um, Jean Grey actually confirmed that there was she couldn't make contact with Morph, so he must be dead. And Wolverine actually went back after the Sentinels with Cyclops' help. Cyclops actually said, let's get some revenge for Morph. And this scene, like this statue, the way it posed, in the cartoon, he's like, this one is for you, Morph. And he just goes crazy on the Sentinel. How can you not want this statue? How can, like, any fan of the X-Men 1990 series would be beyond, like, so happy having this in their collection?
Yeah, man.
All right. Do you have any final comments, or should we move along, or did you want
Um,
to ask me any questions about it?
yeah, if you want to just, I don't know how comfortable you feel. Would you be able to take off the head and just give a close up to the camera? I'd like to see that portrait up close, if you can. If not,
Okay.
no worries.
I'm not sure how it'll look, but I can try.
Okay.
So, like, there's a magnetic. Can you even see that? I think it's really dark, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit dark. There we
Does
are.
that, does that help at all?
Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. You could see he's kind of like clenching his teeth, man. The paint on that is sick, dude.
The teeth and the chin I find are really, really good. The
Hmm.
teeth look very realistic, man. And like I said in an earlier video,
Yeah.
um, the teeth are just being done absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure if I kind of got cut out because I was so far away, but the teeth are absolutely fantastic on XM statues. Okay, we can move along to more pictures that we need to discuss about, but I just wanted to really give people a good idea of this XM statue here. Like I just really love it, man.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a statue that's going to be in my collection for a long time, just because I don't really see them bringing up anything that would make me want to sell this one and get the other one instead for right now. And then, you know, there's like also legal issues with like the whole Wolverine and Sony and stuff like that. You know, Marvel kind of said, you know, they're not really going to be capitalizing on Wolverine too much until Sony gives them back the rights. But
Fox or Sony?
sorry, isn't it Sony?
No, I think Spider-Man is Sony. Fox is
Oh, okay.
X-Men.
Oh, okay, so Fox. Sorry, my mistake. So the thing is that, you know, with that whole issue there with Marvel and Wolverine and that sort of thing, I think they even had like Death of Wolverine in the comics. They're just kind of trying to really kind of put him in the shadows until they kind of get back the full rights. I haven't been following it. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Because I do know that a new Wolverine statue is coming out, so I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Mhm.
But, you know, this is going to do it for me. This is definitely inside my showroom, man.
Nice.
Okay, so as we are on the whole Wolverine topic, this is an art print released from Sideshow. It basically sold out within, you know, I would say minutes once it hit the public. It was up for pre-order. You know, to people that have ordered art prints in the past, so they kind of got like, you know, first dibs on it. Only 150 pieces for the full frame. They have other ones with just, you know, the gold team with the blue team. It's the same portrait, but it's actually split in half. So you would only basically get from, you know, Psylocke and Rogue to Beast on one print, and on another print you would get Jean Grey all the way over to Bishop over there.
Gotcha.
So, you know, there are 3 sets altogether. Like I said, the gold team, the blue team, and then this one, which is, you know, the complete thing. And it was basically going for $400 and sold out basically within minutes.
Well, I mean, I could see why, man. It's a great print. I've seen some pictures of guys that have received theirs already, and it looks fantastic. And I think the way Sideshow packages their frames and their prints is just fantastic. I saw an unboxing of one of them, and it's really well done.
So, basically, this art print here, I could just, you know, really love to see it with statues displayed underneath it for the people who have the premium format. Gambit, Rogue, Psylocke, all of those statues. I really think that anybody who has the X-Men collection, that this would just absolutely look fantastic with the statues displayed underneath it. You know, it is a fairly large art print.
Right.
So, you know, I don't know which collectors would actually have, you know, the space to do all of that, you know, kind of put all of those statues, because, you know, the statues are actually rather pretty large.
Yeah.
And then to have, like, you know, the statues underneath it as well, that's kind of a lot, right?
Right. Right.
I don't know, I would love to see that. And it's definitely going to be hard for people to get their hands on this now.
Yep.
Okay, so here we have the half-scale Wonder Woman. This is
Nice.
also distributed by Sideshow, but it's a Prime One piece.
So Prime One Studios made this, and it's distributed by Sideshow. Perfect timing too, with the new release of that Wonder Woman trailer, which, by the way, looks fantastic. I'm pretty hyped up for that movie.
And I think that was like what they were trying to go with, was
Yeah.
you know, the whole like releasing it in time, but like this looks so lifelike.
It does, man. This the likeness on the face sculpt just looks so much like the actor that plays her in the movie. Um, I mean, they put in that real hair, which is an awesome touch, because I feel like you would have lost a lot of detail if this was if the hair was sculpted. You know, it wouldn't bring out the life likeness, that you have the real life skin, it looks so real. It's only right to have the real hair to complement that kind of look, to have a fully sculpted hair with the lifelike skin
Yes.
just wouldn't do it as much justice as the real hair does. And I think they did a great job.
And I actually think that this was displayed at one of the cons. I'm not sure where it was, but people were actually taking pictures, like, standing beside it and that sort of thing. But from what I've seen in the in the pictures that people posted, and
Right.
what I'm seeing here, it looks like maybe some changes were made, and it actually looks better.
Yeah, man, for sure. I think going back to that, I think people were having issues with the face sculpt a little bit, and I think they did revise that. I think Prime One went back into the workshop and they did work up on the face sculpt a bit, for sure, and maybe even some of the paint apps, because I do recall what you're talking about, those pictures from people at the con.
So what stands out to you in this picture? Like something that stands out to me is like that lasso. That lasso, how they put it there, it just looks really like it's just really catching my eye. How like lifelike it looks, and the golden lasso. It looks like it really is the golden lasso.
Yeah, man, I think it's great that they put that iconic piece on her hip. She's ready. She's ready. She's prepared. And for me, I'm gonna have to say the face, man. That face like really brings the statue to life.
Yes.
And like you could see it in her face, like she's not taking shit from anybody. She's ready for battle. She's very serious. She looks determined. It looks like she's got her game plan, thoroughly thought out, and she's just, it's time to execute it now. And she's got her shield ready. Sword is drawn, and she's ready for battle. And I think Prime One did a really good job with, getting that lifelike feel.
Okay, so back to this movie, Superman, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, like Dawn of Justice sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
When all three of them walked together, wasn't this her pose when they did that famous scene of all of them walking together, ready to fight?
I think so, man.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're doing here.
Yeah.
And I love the whole shield thing. Like they did that with the Sideshow Premium format exclusive,
Mhm.
where she's actually holding onto her shield.
Right.
Actually, I think the regular even has it. I think it's the Battle Axe that was the exclusive piece, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
But it just looks really amazing, like how they brought the shield into this, and it looks so detailed. I love these shield pieces when Sideshow works on them.
Yeah. And it's I don't think pictures could really do this justice because guys, remember this is half scale. So this thing is going to be about 40 inches tall. That's about double the size of a regular premium format statue, at least height wise. And I don't think that we're going to be able to fully appreciate the details in this until we see it in person. Because this thing looks awesome. I mean, I've seen pictures of people standing next to again Wonder Woman, the half scale Batman, and I think it's huge.
So I'm just like noticing here, like, are those damage marks on like her outfit?
Yeah,
Like
man. I think they added a little bit of battle damage onto some of her armor.
I don't know, that just blows it out of the park now, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that looks really lifelike.
Yeah.
So I guess like, if like this superhero actually is going into battle, she doesn't get the chance to change her outfit every single day, where you see kind of like Superman's costume always looking crisp and pristine and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
So this is very lifelike. This is going to be amazing seeing this in people's collection. So anybody who's a fan of, the female, superhero girls, please get this piece. This is awesome, and share your pictures with us. We'd love to post them online, but this is actually up for pre-order, so it'll be a while before this comes out.
Yeah. I'm pretty anxious to see the guys that ordered all three, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Man, I think that's gonna call for a ridiculous setup, man. And I think it's gonna look really nice if you know displayed properly.
So I'm going to talk about this photo here. I was actually browsing Instagram and I found this guy. This guy is actually pretty cool. He posts like pictures of statues that are in his inside his showroom, and like I think we're going to be getting some previews of statues that are going to be coming out as well on this Instagram page. So I urge anybody that wants to follow this guy, please do.
That's me, guys. Gektex. Follow me on Instagram. Definitely gonna be updating and uploading pictures as much as I can. Um, I don't know. It's something that I really like doing. Like right now, I don't really have a display, so everything's boxed up. But I love taking pieces out the box every now and then, just for the simple fact that I miss them. You buy these things, you want to display them and appreciate them. But unfortunately, I'm not gonna buy a display as of yet. But it's just cool to take pictures and share that with everybody. And if you guys want to follow me, go ahead. Gektex on Instagram. Thanks for
Awesome.
the shout out, bro. I appreciate that.
Oh, no, you know what? I really think that people should follow you. Like just judging by these few pictures right here, there's so much detail in them. And I think that anybody who has like any sort of passion or love for the whole action figures, statues, cartoons that we grew up with, like this is our thing, man. This is what we grew up with. Guys, girls, anybody can appreciate these things. So why not? Why not follow you? Enjoy your pictures. And this is from like your artistic point of view. This is what you think looks good,
Yeah.
right? Somebody else can end up taking a picture and they'll take it a completely different way, right? So you get to zoom in, we get to appreciate and see things the way that you see them, the way that you want to capture them.
Yeah.
And, on my Instagram account, I actually do not follow too many people, and it has nothing to do with like, friendship or anything like that. Like it does have a little bit to do with that, but I'm just like really impressed with, the pictures that I saw you do. And I said, out of respect, I gotta follow you, man.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So please, anybody seen this video, whether it's today, a month from now, a couple years from now, he will be on Instagram. So follow him. All right. Today is the big day, November 4th.
Yes.
As much as this movie was released international, here we are, November 4th, and it's in North America now. This movie has been getting praises and praises and praises, 90%, 95%, 98%. I don't think there's a company that I've seen that has given it less than 90%. So this must be absolutely phenomenal. I did not see it. Please, no spoilers. Anybody, who likes the movie, just make a comment. You want to throw in a review, let fans know, fellow fans, like viewers like you, watch Doctor Strange or don't watch it. Just let us know. What do you think, man?
I think I'm really excited to see this movie. I'm trying to stay away from the trailers, man. I'm trying to. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm really excited. I mean, all the spoiler-free reviews that I've been reading, um, that don't go too much into the plot of the story,
Yeah.
that basically just say, okay, I'll give it like a 10 out of 10 or whatever. People seem to be loving it, and I'm pretty hyped. And supposedly, this movie's supposed to be setting up, for other movies down the line. So it'll be cool to see how Marvel ties Doctor Strange in with future movies like the Infinity Wars or something like that. So I'm hyped for this. I can't wait to see it.
And that's what I like about Marvel. They don't mind like bringing another character into a movie, like how Civil War, for example, brought in Spider-Man.
Right.
They weren't scared to do that. So I would really like to see this movie. I haven't gotten a chance. Just been really tired today. I put sleep before the movie, so I'll definitely get caught up with it. Hopefully sometime over the weekend. And I don't know, it really looks amazing. I'm trying to as well stay away from trailers just because I don't want too much information. I don't want something forming an opinion for me, especially since this is my thing. I love Marvel, I love DC. I want to experience the movie fully as if I know nothing about it.
Right.
Just enjoy it. I don't want to prepare myself with trailers or anything like that. Some people, they love the trailers. It hypes them up. It gives them something to look forward to. Certain scenes, they want to see those scenes in the movie. I'm the type of person, I don't want to see anything.
Yeah.
So, even like the commercials, I'm like flipping through the channels, trying to stay away from it. And then all of a sudden, like this quick, like 15-second commercial comes on, and you can't help but look at it, how amazing it looks. Just these amazing scenes, and I'm really excited to see this movie, but again, I'm just staying away from as much as possible. So this is the Hot Toys Doctor Strange
Wow.
figure.
These guys at Hot Toys are just nuts. Look at that. That does out. If you ain't telling me that was a Hot Toys figure, I don't know, bro. That's really well done. Look at that face sculpt.
It does look so lifelike. Um, that amulet is just really making it, a piece that's going to be standing out with, people that want to display this with their other Hot Toys. A lot of people are into premium formats, but if you even just take the handful of Hot Toy figures that are looking amazing, it kind of makes you want to collect the whole line.
Yeah, man.
Like the Scarlet Witch from Avengers 2, when they released that Hot Toys figure, I just wanted to die for it. It looks so incredible. And then this one just looks like, okay, I want to put this with it as well. From what I know, that eye is very symbolic. I don't know anything to do with the movies itself, but like the eye is supposed to be like represented as like, warding off evil, or it's supposed to be like the inner eye that kind of gives you like, visions and abilities. So I'd like to see what this eye amulet has to do with the movie itself. It must be a really big thing that, it's just right there on his chest, just really calling attention to it.
Yeah, it has to be a big deal.
And the cape just like really, stands out. I really like the costume a lot.
And it's not, from what I understand, it's not just an ordinary cape. Actually, I'm gonna leave that for the movies. So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Oh, spoilers! But no, that's awesome that a little bit more into Doctor Strange and that sort of thing. And then there is an XM piece that has already been released. I didn't bother sharing that just because this is kind of more on the preview side.
Right.
But maybe we can discuss that later on and show the XM piece, or people can just go on like Google.
And maybe once we do a review of the movie.
Yeah. And it'll be a spoiler-free review, so nobody has to worry about that.
Yeah. Bro, I don't know if you changed something up, but I can hear an echo. I can hear myself.
No, nothing's been changed.
I don't know what it is.
I can try and lower my volume a little bit.
All right.
So hopefully you won't hear yourself, but
nice choice. So here we have I can't hear myself anymore. Here we have Batman Noel, 1/3 scale by Prime One Studios. People are starting to get these in now. It's already started shipping, and from the pictures I've seen, it looks great. It looks really well done. The 3 portraits that you get for the X, I'm surprised it took so long for this thing to sell out. I mean, the exclusive was only 750 pieces, and it took quite some time to sell out. It might even still be up right now.
You know what? After the Batman Arkham was released, there were a lot of flippers on that statue, whether intentionally or not intentionally. There were so many flippers, so I don't know if that kind of scared people from investing in this statue.
Right.
I don't know, like if people that are kind of into it and not necessarily into the actual flipping or to kind of just buy these things, people that are more interested rather than, making a quick buck,
Hmm.
I think, maybe edition sizes might be a little bit lower.
Right.
But, when you got to take into consideration the flippers and, they got to make money at the end of the day for whatever reason they do that. I guess they're kind of helping to push the edition sizes up.
Yeah.
But then, when people kind of, fans of it go on eBay and they kind of not want to see too many of them, and then they see like 250 of them listed on eBay or some other auction site, it kind of discourages people to want to jump on these things and purchase them.
Right.
So maybe that can explain why this took so long to sell out. It does look like a phenomenal statue. um, there's like additional portraits and that sort of thing. So do you have any idea what the whole Batman Noel, Noel, is all about?
Yeah, actually, I had this statue on pre-order at one point, but I kind of lost a bit of interest. Not sure exactly why, but when I had this on pre-order, I actually went ahead and I ordered the graphic novel on Amazon, just so I could get a bit of a background story, and I could appreciate it just that much more. And what a great story! If you guys haven't read it, definitely check it out. I'd say it's at least in the top 10 Batman stories. Um, Great read. Check it out. But yeah, Batman Noel. So it's basically it takes time during Christmas. Is that what Noel means in like French or something? I think my girl was telling me that.
Yeah, like some sort of like white Christmas or something like
Yeah. Um, but basically, Batman, your boy Batsy there, he's basically like the Stooge of Christmas. And it's a really good story, man. I
that. So
enjoyed it.
protecting Gotham whilst Christmas is still going.
What's up?
Is it protecting Gotham whilst Christmas is happening?
Um, to be honest, yo, I'm not. I kind of I kind of fell off, man. I read it that one time and I kind of forgot. All I know when when I first started reading, I know that he had he had a really bad cold. What do you call that? Like a really bad cough. It's a name for that. It starts with an A, I think. Um, Crap. What do you call that?
The thing that's kind of um, just making me question the whole Batman Noel thing is just that it says Batman Arkham Origins, and I know I didn't see this in the game, so I'm kind of guessing that it was like an outfit that you can unlock or something like that.
Yeah.
But just the fact that they're releasing it under the Origins, I just kind of wanted to know, like, what is this whole Batman Noel about? But that's okay. We can, go ahead. Maybe somebody that's viewing can just kind of, throw it out there, what it's all about and that sort of thing. They could just write a quick summary and share it with us. But I all along when I saw like the whole Batman Noel statue being released by Sideshow, I thought it was just Prime One Studio distributed by Sideshow Batman Noel, but it's actually from the Arkham Origins series. So that's kind of a little bit new to me.
Yeah, and although it's from the game, dude, it looks just like him in the comics. It's in like
Well,
a carbon
that's what I was.
copy.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I thought it was like standalone Batman Noel on his own, but now they're throwing it into the Batman Arkham Origins, so they're making
Right.
it part of the Batman Arkham Origins statue collection.
Right, right. And I think that's I don't know if that has anything to do with licensing or anything like that, but if it was, I think that was the smart way to go because I know that they do have the Noel skin. You could play as Batman Noel in that game. So if they weren't able to get the standalone license from DC for Noel or something, I think going through the gaming license was a smart idea by Prime One, if that's how it works. I'm not
Oh,
too sure on the technical parts of all that
this
stuff.
this statue is actually like almost hypnotizing because I've been looking at it for so long now, can't stop talking about it, and now I want it. I really, really like how this looks, man. And we haven't
Yeah,
even talked about basically how it looks. We were just talking so much about Batman Noel. But yeah, like
yeah,
look at that cape. I'm feeling like the coldness. Um, Batman, he's a stand-up guy. He takes care of Gotham. He doesn't care like, who's running the streets or that sort of thing. This is his Christmas. His Christmas is watching other people have a safe Christmas. That's Batman. That's what he's all about.
yeah.
All right,
Ooh.
so Darkness from XM Studios. This is starting to ship, right?
Yeah, man. People have been posting their pictures, and I've got to say, great piece. I saw this guy's one post on the Facebook groups. He had, I guess you could say, what people might consider XM's heavy hitters. He had Magneto, Phoenix. What's another piece by XM that people praise?
Well, I think they were kind of released. They showed it with Thanos, wasn't it?
No, I think I'm referring to a different post. Anyways, he was saying, I have all these pieces by XM. I have Magneto. I have Phoenix. What's known to be very uh, I guess the best piece is done by XM, by the community. And he said that although he owns those pieces, he thinks that this statue outdoes them. And he was even talking about making this statue of the year for the statue awards for 2016 to 2017. And
Wow.
yeah, I would have to. I don't know, man. It just seems really impressive. It's massive. It's big. It's detailed. The paint is awesome. Nothing that you couldn't expect from XM, and well executed. There's a lot of pieces, and that's another thing that he was saying. He said in the packaging, XM, gives you such detailed instructions on how to assemble everything, how to put everything back into the box, and I think that other companies need to start doing that, man.
I really find that instruction sheet very helpful. I don't
Yeah.
know, like it takes them like probably 10 cents to print one of those things in like mass production.
Yep.
Fine, charge me 10 cents extra, but just, show me, what is in what compartment so that, should I ever need to pack it up, if I need to move, if I need to, for whatever reason I need a reference,
Right.
uh, show me what goes where because packing like sideshow statues up, like unless you don't have a picture of the box, they have like the most like messed up way
I
that the
know.
head goes back into the box. It's not like just straight, you have to put it like diagonally flat or like diagonally, like downwards or upwards or like I don't know. It's not just plain and put it.
Right.
It's like basically like a jigsaw puzzle trying to pack these things up. And XM kind of has all their pieces like laid flat, and on top of that, they have instructions. They describe what each piece is, sort of thing, and where it goes. So congrats to them. Um, the Wolverine that we had discussed earlier, that's an XM piece. They just put great detail in their statues, and you know, I own a lot of XM pieces. They are very costly compared to like premium format sideshow statues. But to me, Phoenix is my favorite out of all of them.
Hmm.
So for this guy to say that this statue is like, should have like the award for the year or out of all of them or something, wow,
Yeah.
this must be a really amazing piece. I could see a lot of detail there. I'm not too familiar with the character, so I guess I can't appreciate it on his level,
Right.
but it really does look great.
Yeah, man. It's definitely an eye catcher. I feel like if you were to step into somebody's collection and you see that, that's got to be one of the first things that you see, man. That just how much is going on, and although you have so many different kind of creatures around the actual darkness character, it
Yeah,
doesn't really
take
take
away
away
from
from the actual character. Yeah, man. Like darkness is still the main focus. It's
exactly.
it's I think it's done in the right proportion to where it complements the statue, but it doesn't take away, and I think that's really important. You know.
And the thing is, I wish I knew more about the character because, like, I can't exactly be too happy for the statue just because I can't appreciate the character, right?
Yeah.
But these characters around, um, darkness, he actually like they actually look like something from like the underworld.
Yeah.
I I don't know, like these characters look really freaky. Like I don't know, I really wish I knew his character more.
Yeah, me too,
Like
man.
I don't know if he's like some kind of like Grim Reaper. He comes out and he like pulls you down or something. But I'm probably way off there. But yeah, these things around it just complement it so much.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I think that's it, Chris.
Actually, if you want to just hop onto my screen real quick, I do have
Yes,
the
I think
Deadpool and the Illidan statue by Blizzard.
exactly. I think this is all that I have. So
Okay.
I'm gonna disconnect and switch over to you. It's all yours, man.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here, guys. Just bear with me for 1 second. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Sure. Okay, I'm there.
Okay. So here we have the Illidan statue from what is this? World of Warcraft by Blizzard Studios, and I mean, people seem to really be liking this thing. Great details there. You can see just a really cool designed character. Awesome skin color. He has that wicked blade that he's holding. I don't know where they put that thing. Let me see.
So 24 inches. That's like a premium format.
Yeah, man. And I'm pretty sure I heard that this was a 1/5 scale piece. 24 inches. You gotta kind of take into play with those massive wings.
Yeah, that's huge for a 1/5 scale, but I guess they're emphasizing majority of that size on the wings itself.
Yeah. So this is actually up for order now, guys. I'm pretty sure that you have to. I don't know if you have to buy tickets for BlizzCon to then make a purchase on this, but I'm pretty sure you have to be part of some sort of group or some sort of event um, to be eligible for this purchase. So if you're interested, definitely go check it out. And if you guys know anything about the history of this character from World of Warcraft, definitely tell us, because WoW was not a game that I played myself, and it does look like a sick character. So I'd like to know some background details on him if you guys wouldn't mind sharing.
That's great,
Um,
yeah, man. And it actually looks like it looks like everything is sculpted, but at the same time, it looks like mixed media. How well it was done.
yeah, man, you could see all the like look at those bandages on his arm and his hand. It's just really well done. You got the tears and the wrinkles in his pants, and that's what I'm really a fan of, man. Just seeing how well a company could do that. Look at that, the tear right there.
Yes,
Um, and I just think that's awesome. Just seeing how companies could really take that realistic approach to a statue. Um, all right, so that's the Illidan statue by Blizzard. Next up was actually something I was pretty surprised about. It's funny because I was telling Omar earlier, I think yesterday, we were discussing the Deadpool premium format figure that's going to be newly released by Sideshow. I think it's on November 10th. So coming up within the next couple of days. What's today? It's the 4th now. But I was telling him, I don't know, I'm kind of on the edge about this guy. But after seeing this video, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me go ahead and turn my fan off, just so you guys can hear this properly. Awesome.
So you were like really like hyped for that, eh?
Yeah, man. I saw the pictures at New York Comic Con, and you know what I think it is, man? I think I just don't want to like it, just so I don't have to buy it. But it's hard, man. You know, it looks great. I mean,
So I think we should spend like a short time on this premium format statue. This is actually up for pre-order. It has not been released. Um, there was the original Deadpool premium format. So for them to come back and revisit the statue, especially just after the movie, the original premium format statue definitely goes over a grand, especially the exclusive, where he's actually holding the rubber chicken with dynamite in the butt. It's just kind of become, you know, I don't want to call it a grail at this point, but the prices are definitely up there. So, people that missed out, have the option here to purchase this. It does have a busy base. Chris, just leave it there for one moment, please.
yep.
Um, and then like the rocket just blowing out of there. You know, you were actually talking about the base.
Yeah, man. So I was basically telling Omar, I'm not a fan of the explosion bases that Sideshow's been doing. Although this does look a lot different from what they, the direction they went with the Spider-Man and the new Venom that they have and the Green Goblin. It does look a lot different, and I feel like it looks a little bit better than the smoke they did on the premium format. Here we go, close up on the base right there. Um, but definitely a little bit busy, a lot more dynamic than the original premium format that they did for Deadpool. But I think they really capture his character with this. The original premium format, he was more of a more serious, more business, strictly business kind of pose. And I think this just shows more of his comical kind of side. Um, if I do get this. I think I might just have to not attach that rocket. I hope that that's not like mandatory for you to attach. I hope that you have the option to display with or without. And I know at the con when they first fully revealed this, I think within a day of Comic Con, the sword was sort of kind of bending, and I think that was due to the weight of the grenade. But I'm hoping that they go ahead and make the sword metal like they've been doing lately with all these weapons. He-Man's sword and battle axe were metal. Lady Death's scythe was metal. So I'm hoping they do the same thing with this Deadpool.
I agree, man. And the fact that you're kind of wavering back and forth on this statue, give it some time. I think, it'll become clear to you what you want to do. We're getting a lot of options from different companies. Prime One is taking on a lot of licenses.
Right.
Sideshow, I know you're into your whole Masters of the Universe, and they're going to be releasing something as well shortly. So, it's not like you have to run out and go buy this right away.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
kind of like announced recently, sort of thing. But there's definitely a lot more movement in this statue compared to the original one. The
Right.
original, it's like a museum statue, where like the character is just posing.
Right.
It's, you could put like a whole bunch of them, like Cyclops premium format, that sort of thing. But when you have like busy statues like this,
Right.
it actually almost becomes like a diorama in a way, just because so much is going on, right? And I think this is why like people are kind of trying to move away from the Street Fighter Ultra line,
Hmm.
just because it's not like that museum pose. It's actually, like a lot more movement. There's like the base and that sort of thing. And despite, uh, the Ultra line being much cheaper than the original line, like almost 1,000, 1,500, that sort of thing. people still prefer to cancel their pre-orders on the ultraline or sell it to somebody and just go on to the original. But I think people need to be fair, and time will tell. Like when this statue is released and you see it in people's collections, you see it displayed, it might make you totally feel so different, and you're like, you know what, I'm going for it.
Yeah, man. And just I don't know. One thing I can appreciate about this statue though is the attention to detail, man. I mean, if production pieces do come out looking like this, like the prototype, I think that it might actually look awesome. And I saw a close up. It's crazy because at the Comic Con, somebody took a close up. You could actually see the bullet inside the flame. You know, this right here is the actual bullet. Or I don't know if you guys could really see that.
Yeah, we can see it. It looks
Yeah.
it's great. It's really great. Was there anything else that you had to share?
Nah, man, that's pretty much about it.
Okay, if you don't mind, I want to jump in because we have a viewer, Mystica Temez, and they actually stated about Frank's collection that it's scratched, that we didn't know who the character was.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Court of the Dead. So I would just like to go back and thank Mystica for sharing that information, and then just show Frank's collection on that picture just to refresh people's memory. I think that was really helpful. So as we have the information, let's just do it and do it properly.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Mystica. Thanks for the heads up.
Okay, can you see that?
Let me get with you. Yeah, did you make sure that you're sharing your screen now?
Yes, I did. I switched it over to
Okay.
mine.
Let me actually stop sharing mine here for a second. Stop sharing. Okay. Okay. Got it.
So this one in the top right corner.
Hmm.
So you know what? The sad thing is, I think he has some amazing statues here.
Yeah.
But when you have to take a one picture for all, something gets lost in the picture. No matter how awesome your camera is, no matter how amazing your display is, you just can't get it all.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate this picture because we have like all the females here, great detail. And then the top right, we kind of lose like some focus there, right? So it was
Hmm.
kind of hard to tell what it is, but we should have known that it is definitely a Court of the Dead. When you see the base here, right, it does blend in very well with the other statues released from Sideshow. And I actually thank Mystica for sharing that information with us, because I was able to pull up this picture right here.
Nice. Cool. Cool.
So that's what it is. Like, we have this this image here where we can't really make out too much what it is.
Yeah.
But then when we see this, wow, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, man.
Like that looks like a hound of the underworld.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. That is like, I don't know what Court of the Dead was thinking when they came up with this. This is like really great. I could picture like Battle Cat coming out, from Pop Culture Shock, and you put this in front of like the Battle Cat statue. That looks like that would be like an awesome brawl, man.
Yeah, man.
This looks like something that Skeletor should be controlling.
Yeah.
Um, I really love the detail here. The rib cage, the spine at the top, all those bones. Like the starved look of the creature,
Right.
the fossil-like head. This is really, really great. So thank you to that viewer for pointing out that information to us. I don't know. Do you want to close off?
Yeah, I think that we had a good little chat here. We got a lot of things covered. We got a great review of that XM Wolverine. I think today was a great chat. Before we close out, just want to give a big shout out again to Frank. Thank you for letting us showcase your collection again, man. Really appreciate that. Great collection. I really do dig your setup with the Bestas and your Court of the Dead lineup with Lady Death. I want Lady Death so bad. Must hold back. Must hold back. But
For
thanks again.
for now, till it eats away at you. Two
Yeah.
mornings from now, Chris will come back, episode maybe 8 or 9. He'll be like, "Guess what? Guess what, everybody? Guess what I ordered?" And you guys don't know. You won't even need to guess.
Yeah. But
So,
definitely anybody that was hanging out with us today, big shout out to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys. Be sure to comment, what you think we should be talking about in our next episode. If you're gonna go see Doctor Strange, definitely comment, what you thought about the movie. If you're gonna go watch it, we'd love to know. Like, comment, subscribe as always, and peace.
yeah. Chris, just one thing I want to say before we sign off. We have a Facebook page inside my showroom. So any of the viewers that have like, it doesn't matter how small your collection display is, how large it is, if you want us to share, your collection, just please go on to the Facebook page and, post some pictures. If, we get around to it and we need to showcase somebody in our next video, we'll definitely like to share it. So thank you very much for watching. And till the next episode, take care. Have a nice weekend.
Peace, guys.